Hey, hello, Merry Monday, everyone. This is a new commitment and series called Connect with Beck on Purpose. And I am doing a video every Monday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. But really, it's 10:10 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. Central Standard Time. And the intention is to bring value all around being your connection strategist, how you can build stronger relationships, connections, first and foremost with yourself, and then moving into your loved ones, your communities, and the places that you choose to connect. So this is the start of that. This is the start of that commitment, and I'm so happy to come in hot, ready to share some value. Last night when I was preparing for what I wanted to share with you today, I thought about taking action. I thought about the fact that I needed to take massive imperfect action, just getting started, because I talked about getting started for such a long time, having consistency in my calendar to show up, be seen for myself, and help others have the motivation, inspiration, and permission to also show up as yourself and know that we can do that in such an imperfect way that is so inspiring that we all need to be doing, right? You need to be going live. You're watching this on the replay. Thank you so much. I would love for you to watch till the end. I would love to invite you to come to a experience where we are going to deep dive in where your mindset is, closing out your 2022, welcoming in what you want for 2023. And that's what I want to invite you to at the end. But what I want to do right now is really talk about asking the question, have you ever had a motto or a quote that you loved so much and you wanted to remember? And have you ever tattooed it on your body? Because I have. And this is something that I was thinking about last night. And the motto or quote that I want to talk to you about is what I want to break down for you. So for me, I think it was my third tattoo, and I have 14, but you'll only ever find 13 tattoos. So I think it was my third one. And it's the quote or saying, learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. And I have this tattooed on I believe my right foot. I have socks on right now and slippers. So I will share a picture of it too. It's kind of hard to read maybe because it was when I was like 19. And it's just in black writing, so that fades. So I want to know in the comments, have you tattooed a quote or saying that you've wanted to remember to embody for yourself? Have you ever done that? And if you have, I would love to know what is the quote or the motto that you have on your body as a reminder. Okay, so breaking that down, learn from yesterday. So I am a lifelong learner. I have been an entrepreneur for over 12 years now. I have learned, I continue to learn about how I best learn and lean into that, right? So I'm all about personal growth, knowing that I'm always looking to improve and get better. And I love feedback. I believe feedback is a gift. So I would love to know along the way, any aha moments that you're having and you're willing to share in the comments, please do that. Interact with me. Let me know that something's resonating with you. If you're not comfortable sharing it in the comments, please reach out to yourconnectionstrategist@gmail.com. And I would love to hear from you as well. So learn from yesterday. That really resonates with me because I'm a lifelong learner and I like to assess and improve 1%, better as much as I can every single day. And the way that I thought about doing this yesterday. I have some notes in front of me that I'm looking at as well to make sure that I stay on point with really bringing some value to how you can be better connecting with yourself in how you learn from yesterday. Okay. So, learn from yesterday for me is, being able to reflect, being able to really assess and be honest with myself. How did I do yesterday? And I tend to actually kind of do my reflections as much as I can at the end of the day versus thinking about, well, what happened yesterday. But I do also bring a component of that in the morning that I'll touch on a little bit too. So, right, reflecting and assessing, like, how did I do yesterday? Right? I'll take for example, right now this morning. I was in that. Like, what happened yesterday? What went well? What might I want to improve today that I, saw from yesterday as something that I more clearly could um, choose differently today? And like, what's one thing that I could choose to take action on today that would put me in that better state here and now in the present moment, right? Is that making sense? Um, and really getting that reflection piece. So one of the tips and how I've learned to do this on a more daily basis is that in my OPWP journal, I have a VIP spot at the end of my weekly views, and the VIP stands for Victory Improvement Plan. So my mentor Susie Simonson had taught me this process years ago, and it was implemented into the On Purpose with Purpose journal. So I see this daily in my weekly view. Okay, so at the bottom of my day, I have a VIP system. What's a victory from the day? Where might I improve? And what is my plan for how I will improve? Okay, so that's one of the tips that I wanted to give you for how I learn from yesterday. And I've grown to, I looked back in my journal last night, in one of my other journals to see that back in May, I started doing what I label them as weekly digest and like a reflection. So it's a weekly digestion of like reflecting on what went well, what can I improve from the week, and what is my action plan to do so? Like, what is my actual intent to make it happen versus just saying it? So I do the same thing now on a weekly scale as well. So I do it daily as much as possible. And then I've been consistent with every week, making sure that I get an assessment of what went well for the week, what can I improve for the week, and where am I going to take action for this next week. And then right, like now I'm building the system to make sure that I get it in place for how am I doing that for the year, right? And you could do this quarterly. Like, what is your process? Maybe right now, I would love to know. Do you do a daily check-in, a weekly check-in, monthly, quarterly, annually? What are your checkpoints to see and assess and really celebrate, right? I think this is a huge part. I know this is a huge part of what we can be doing more of to support ourselves and continuing is supporting ourselves by celebrating what we do take action on and what we see in that awareness and how we are learning from our challenges, how we're learning from our daily experiences to improve as humans, to get closer to potential, right? So that's really learning from yesterday. So really getting these prompts and the habit of being someone that reflects on progress is huge. And the next part of my tattoo and my saying and my motto is live for today. Okay, live for today. I have always been a person that knows the importance of a moment. That's why my background is in photography. I have been the girl that would capture a moment every chance I get and have fun doing it. So living for today, for me, really is about asking yourself, like, what do you need right now that, can help you be, um, present? What could you do today that can help you stay in alignment with the being of living your life? So, right, example, live for today. If my intention, right? So this is actually the tool that I want to share with you for live for today is I was taught by another one of my mentors, a pair of my mentors, Kelly Fox and Terry Sayre, my Fear Mastery coaches, that taught me to set a powerful intention. So what is my intention that I go to on a regular basis? I won't say daily, but regularly, I'm reminded of my intention that I set for myself, and it can change. But the one that I love is today I'm willing to practice being present through breath, connection, gratitude, and forgiveness. And that's first and foremost about me, for me, so that it can be about you, for you, as people in my world, right? So it's always first for me, about me, so that it can be for you and about you, so that we are in it together. Okay. Um, so living for today is really about those grounding things, those ways that you support yourself in remembering what you're here for, what your focus is. And for me, I'm here to be present. I'm here to capture the presence that I have in my daily life with the people that I'm with, in the connection to myself and others. So how are you making sure that you're living for today, right? Making sure that you're showing up, being your authentic self today as much as you can, as much as you feel like, right? What is authentic to you? What is real for you? And also realizing that we do the things even when it doesn't feel so amazing, because going live, recording videos, sharing mindsets and experiences, they aren't always comfortable for everyone, and I'm included in that. I used to be super fearful of speaking in public and sharing my ideas, and fear would tell me that I would say things wrong, I would pronounce it wrong, I would say too many ums, like all of the proper things that we know about speaking or that we've heard from other people, we're getting in. And that was stopping me from living my life in the moment, right? I would be like, oh, people need to hear this message. And oh, I could do a post on that. And then I get in this action mode of like, oh, I'll plan out how I want to make a post. What picture can I put with it? And then these are the things that tend to stall me and slow me down in how I'm living presently today and the message that I want to get out today. And so this is me practicing right now, living for today, deciding ahead of time how I wanted to, like when I wanted to do it, because then that's one more thing that is checked out of my excuse bucket, of why I haven't been doing it and up until now, why I haven't been doing it up until now, because I'm here doing it today. So live for today, right? Ask yourself, what do you need to be your best? And actively remember that today could be your last day on earth. So with your loved ones, like how are you staying present? How are you staying focused on your mission? I think is really important question, in an empowering way. So I use that for empowerment. So what is that for you? How are you living for today? And another tool other than setting an intention is right, gratitudes. And this is my tool that I'm talking about for the last piece of my motto or my tattoo, which is hope for tomorrow, right? So learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow is the third piece of my tattoo. And hope for tomorrow, right? that's being excited and grateful at the end of my day that I made progress, that I made a difference, and that I mattered. So, one of the tools that I use to anchor this for myself that I would love to encourage you to start if you don't already do this. And if you do, I would love to know, how many do you typically do? Because I've heard so many different things, and any is great. So, just always looking for feedback and what people are doing, how it's serving you. So, in writing gratitudes, right? What are you grateful for? I started out writing 5 gratitudes every day, and I now write 3 gratitudes every single day. I write 5 things that were positive throughout the day, and then I set, a couple of lines, usually like 2 tends to be what I do, that also are like embodying how I wanna be and feel for tomorrow. So I do that process at the end of my day. Hope for tomorrow, for me, that ends up happening, the action ends up happening at the end of my day to anchor in that I celebrated I made progress, that I am, expressing my gratitude for the action, the progress, the things that happened in my day, the people that showed up and supported me. And then I'm visualizing, I'm really setting the intention and the plan for tomorrow that I'm going to be in this energy. I'm going to feel this way to build momentum is really what it is, right? Building momentum on purpose for what's to come and holding space for the future and that excitement and that feeling that I put in, right? I plant that seed in my mind before I go to bed. And then in the morning, it's growing because I've already said that. So then the other side of that is that in the morning, right? So at night, I do that 3 gratitudes, 5 positives through the day. I make sure that I wrote a victory, an improvement, and a plan in my journal. And then in the mornings, I wake up and I read through my gratitudes, the positive things, and the way that I set my intention for today to happen. I read that in the morning. So these are really quick things, really quick rituals, really quick routines that I've started to implement, and I've been doing that consistently, this year for sure. Gratitude's over a year. It's been almost 2 years, I think, a year and a half for sure. Um, anyway, so those are some tips that I wanted to share with you about how I'm learning from yesterday, living for today, and I hope for tomorrow, and some actions that I take that really help me embody, I mean, what I've known since I was 19 for sure, because it's tattooed on my body and it's something that I thought of. Like, this is how I live on purpose and I have purpose in what I do. So, the thing I want to invite you to take action on for yourself right now is December 7th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, is the Plan on Purpose workshop. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, I'm actually going to offer it to you for free. I would like to invite you to click the link in the chat and come experience a Plan on Purpose workshop and get real with Coach K. This is one of the amazing leaders inside of the virtual co-working space, Work on Purpose with Purpose. And Nancy Kelso is going to help you walk through planning and really actually reflecting. So December 7th is really about that reflection piece that I kind of talked about with learning from yesterday. Only this is where we're inviting you to bring your journals, bring your vision boards, bring your daily focus of whatever has been moving you through the year 2022. Bring those with you during that workshop. And this is where we're going to hold space and work through a process that Nancy is going to guide us through for really reflecting and planning how we want to feel throughout the rest of the year, right? So that those last couple of weeks where it's the holidays, where anything goes with how we're feeling, what we're up for doing, and what we're taking action on to close out our year, we're going to be really intentional. We're going to be really focused and help you plan how that works for you and really celebrate yourself for what's happened this year, because even when you're thinking that vision board, oh, you mean the thing that I meant to even do this year and I didn't get to? Been there, right? Been there. It's a great intention in my brain and I didn't let it happen, you know. And I believe that there is something really important to speak to that was brought up in my first action hour in Work on Purpose with Purpose today was really about the importance of writing things down. My friend Shelly was like, I believe that there is something so strong, and there's statistics that we can remember. It's like 80% or something, maybe we said, that she saw in a study that said, you know, when you write it down, you're more likely to just do it automatically because your brain is connecting the words and the action. And we in my action hour, my think tank process, actually, we're talking about that importance and how getting the things out of our head, getting them onto paper, and even if we don't, you know, look over it like a hawk, reassess it, all of that, when we go back to it, we see how much we've actually accomplished, even just by the action of getting it out onto paper. So my encouragement to you is to use some of these tools, start learning from yesterday for yourself, start living for today in this moment, and really anchor and hold space for the hope that tomorrow can be better. Like you can choose, we can choose moment by moment where we want to go, what we want to do when we get there, right? How we want to feel along the way might be the thing that we don't always get to control, right? However, we can do things to support ourselves in having more control over what we decide. So would love to invite you to come to the Plan on Purpose workshop where we're going to reflect and really hone in on what this year has held, how you want to close out the year. And we'll have another opportunity in January to come to building your vision workshop, right? It's really about building your vision and how you really want to continue the reflection, but then show like the launch of 2023 for yourself. So let me know again, do you use any of those tools that I mentioned? Gratitude, setting intentions, really getting to see where your victories, your improvements, and what plans you have for yourself. Are you someone that writes things down? Do you have a journal? Do you have a process of any kind for your reflections and really getting to see your progress? I believe that there is something really powerful about being able to see where you're making progress, celebrate those wins, and know that you're making progress so that you can go. Know and go is like my new anthem right now. Know what you want, where you want to go, who you want to do it for, why you want to do it, and go for it, right? Take massive imperfect action towards the things that light you up, towards your passion, because living for today that's what it's all about. Deciding where you want to go, and then in one small baby step, what's something that you can do to hold that focus and hold space for tomorrow. So that's what I have for you today for Connect with Beck on Purpose. I really want to hear from you. So yourconnectionstrategist@gmail.com is where you can always email me to share feedback, ask questions. And I would love for the future Monday lives to be really me answering questions, helping you connect and build stronger connection with yourself and the people in your world by building from the questions and the interactions and the feedback that I receive from you about what I start sharing now so that I can curate content for you and pull through some more of my own personal experiences that might support you and encourage you that um, confidence is a skill that we build. So, right, it's not something that we're born with. It is something that we are building in skill. And my whole life, people would tell me, my friends and family would say, "Becky, you're so confident. How do I? How do you get so bold? Like, how do I get more of that in my life?" And there's so many things that I see now looking back that aren't what everyone does. It isn't a thing that everyone thinks about. So I'm here to share my quirks, my things that help me have more self-esteem, self-worth, and really have that belief in myself that I have a message that can support you and what you are here to share and what your purpose is. So I'm Becky Plautz, your connection strategist, and I will see you on Monday next week.